guys. Thank you very much for coming in Belarus. We are glad to see you here, and thank you very much for the marvelous show. And let's get acquainted first. Tell, please, people who you are, what's your name.
So I'm my name in Merrimack is Perversifier, and I am the guitar player and the creator of the band. I'm the only member left from the beginning, so yeah, I'm the creator of the band.
Hi, my name is Vestal, and I'm a singer in Merrimack for 5 years, approximately. More than maybe 6 years. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So black metal is rather dogmatic is in its initial meaning, and how do you think? And it has its own boundaries. And how do you think can black metal, its frames, restrict your creativity, or or does it give you freedom to create?
For me, black metal has to be satanic music. Not, I don't really like so much bands who sing about nature or forest or whatever, but I mean the restriction is about the ideology, and then about the music there is no boundaries. You can do anything you want. You can add any influence. You can put electronic music or even hip hop. I don't know. I don't care. But it's really about the concept. Only about the concept.
Yeah, for sure. For me, black metal, in certain way, is a totally freedom. You know, it's the essence of freedom because it's a kind of Luciferian revolution against life, against patterns, Christians patterns of life. So it's really a pure freedom, a sense of freedom. So we can in music we can put everything we love, but the thing is to be dogmatic, you know. So the Luciferian dogma is leading us to freedom. In fact, I think.
As far as I know, in your early albums, you depicted some kinds of Nordic and Celtic mythology. You used it for your lyrics. And what about the mythology of other countries and the culture of other countries? Is it interesting for you?
I cannot answer this question because I was not in the band at the beginning, but still you can say about mythology. But to be honest, I have no more interest in mythology today. You know, when I was a teenager, today I'm 39 years old. I started in Merrimack. I was 17 years old. That was 22 years ago. So 22 years ago, my interest was different than today. So 22 years ago I was interested in mythology, Celtic, Nordic, but today I really have no more interest about this.
For me, the point is that all mythologies in Europe are founded by the same old roots, you know. And so I'm really interested in knowing what are these roots, you know, and to reach the principle of all mythologies and the twist between paganism and monotheism. You understand that? So there is a twist, very complex and very and very. I need to know how this twist is succeed to be. You know. So maybe black metal can answer to these questions, just because it's a music. It's a music that awake the old. You know, I don't know if you know Jung, the philosopher Jung, yeah, and he told about the memories were deep in our brains, you know, and so there are some cognitive memories. So black metal is a piece of art that can awake this old memories, you know. We all share. That's it.
Okay. As we know, many famous people and musicians who stand against religion were raised into religious way. And do you have some religious background?
I am not a Christian. I am a Satanist, and Satanism is a religion to me. So it's very tricky question to. I cannot say I am against religion. I can say I am for another kind of religion. But in this sense, I respect religious people because I feel I am religious myself. So I have some common point with those people. We just have a different understanding of the religion and different conception, interpretations, and so on. So we are not anti-religious. I admit in the beginning of Merrimack we made some songs which were very anti-Christian, but nowadays it's not the case anymore.
Yeah, for sure. As well, the last Merrimack album, The Causal Mass, was about the primal era of Christianity, the Gnosticism, the Gnosis. So I'm really interested about the early beginnings of Christianity. And for me, it was really. I love religion, but I am religious, and for me, Satanism is only the other side, you know, of Christianity. So for me, the same thing, but with a different point of view. In fact, so for me, I hate modern Christianism because for me it has been corrupted, you know, by different historical issues. But I'm really interested by early Christianity as Gnosis.
And just to sum up, because it's very important, many people they believe if you believe in God, you believe in Satan, they are part of the same religion. My point of view is very different. I think there is only one God, but some people they call him God, some people they call him Allah in the Islamic countries, some people they call it Yahweh for the Jews, and I call it Satan, but it's the same. It's not one and the opposite. It's not, the duality. For me, it's the same. Only there is only one God. It can be only one God, but the interpretation is different.
And you've played on one stage with such great bands as Mayhem and Medak and others. And of course, you played with far less famous bands like Today, for example. And do you see the potential in such bands? And can you say, for example, that this band who played with you today will be as great as Mayhem, for example?
I didn't see all the bands tonight, but I seen few of them, and honestly, I was impressed. They were very good bands. All the bands were quite good. It's very hard to say who can be as good as Mayhem. I think no one nowadays can be as good as Mayhem. De Mysteries, Dom Satanas is the best album recorded ever in black metal for me, and no one can equal this album. So it's very hard to say who's gonna be a great band. But all those bands tonight, they were quite good. I mean, maybe we didn't watch very carefully because we are, I don't know why, because we need to relax our ears before playing, you know. But what I saw was really, really, really good. And Lutый was impressive. I mean, Lutый was really good band. I didn't knew before, but I will check it out. It's very good.
Today I only saw Lutый and Uzdalia, and both were very amazing. And so they're new blood, and I'm glad of that.
Okay, thank you. And you've said that you are a rather conservative band. And what about new technologies in sound production and so on? Do you use this in your albums?
We don't use so much the new technology, but in fact we do, because when we compose, we record on the computer, because everybody has his life. We don't meet each other so often, so we record on the computer, we send the songs, and we work like this on the computers. But after a while, we go in rehearsal and in studio, and sometimes we tried to introduce some samples or some new sounds. We have no limitation. We don't mind. We don't care. For us, there is no restriction. But just if we don't feel like doing it, we don't do it. But if we have an idea and it sounds good, we will definitely do it.
Yeah, for me, black metal is more about urbanistic aesthetics than nature and things like that. So for me, it's totally accurate to mix black metal with modern ways of production.
Okay, and so as far as I understand, you don't care about saving this garage sound, raw black metal sound, people old school black metal sound.
We like
Or
it. No, it's not we don't care. We listen a lot to old school black metal, but we listen also to modern black metal because we are. I've been listening to black metal for 25 years. I cannot listen always to Burzum, Dark Throne, Mayhem. You know, we need fresh music. It's just we need to discover new bands. Technology has changed. When you go in the studio, most of the studio now they will have digital recording, numeric. You will not find an analog studio with old tape, you know, and reels. It's different, and it's much more difficult to record because with the digital, you can, you know, you can, you if you fuck up some parts, you can work this part again, and so it makes it a bit cold. It makes it a bit sometimes. Sometimes the new record they leak some soul, you know, they miss the spirit and the soul. So it's difficult to have the good mix between the old spirit, which was like spontaneous, very spontaneous, and the new sound, which is more powerful, more modern, but still cool. I like it. You have something to say?
Yeah, but at the end, you still have one guy with his guitar, who is playing riffs like really strong for him, and it's no matter if he is in front of a computer or if in front of an amplifier of everything. It's just one guy who play riffs, and if it's black metal, you don't care. You don't care.
It's not you don't care. It's, you know, when you we have this problem right now because we have composed a new album. It's almost finished, and now we are thinking, where are we going to record this new album? It's a good question, and then we are like, are we going to go again in Sweden, Necromorbu Studio, the same kind of sound? Are we going to change? But then the sound is the genius of the sound engineer. Our genius is to play music. You know, we I don't know, we can say I don't like this kind of guitar, I like this kind of, but in the end the sound is the job of the sound engineer. So we need to choose a sound engineer which makes sound that we like, but in the end it's still his job. The sound is still, in the end we almost discover the final result. Yeah. Like everybody else, you know, you just say, okay, I have mixed your album, listen. And then we listen and maybe we like, maybe we don't like, and we say, oh, you should change this. But in the end, you cannot change it totally. I mean, if he has recorded the album this way, you can adjust a little bit. I want more bass, I want less guitar, but you cannot totally change it. So it's more a question of trust when you choose first studio and sound engineer. It's very difficult, very, very difficult.
Yeah, I just want to add that the guy who will record it, next album will be the sixth member of Merrimack. It's not just a guy who, okay, it's not the guy who will compose the riffs, compose the melody, or who will write the lyrics, but it will be the six guys who will feel the incense, and will be able to.
He's as important as any member of the band.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we need to find that guy.
Yeah, hard. But just to come back to the initial question, we like the old sound. I know that the favorite Merrimack album for people is Of Entropy and Life Denial, because the sound was really cold and black metal. But honestly, I don't even know if we can find or make this sound again, because the studio can make this sound again, maybe they don't exist anymore.
Speaking about other bands, how do you feel when compared to other bands? Because, you know, when people write reviews, it's essential to compare all the sound is here and guitar.
I hate this. I fucking hate this. Stop doing this, you know? It's like, I have read 1,000,000 times that Merrimack sounds like Watain or is an orthodox band. You know, it's the magazines and the webzines who put a label on your forehead. It's not you. it's them who say you are Orthodox band, but we never said. Yeah, I mean, we have never said we were an Orthodox band. We never said this word. We said we play black metal, and then people they put you in a case, and it's like, so we hate this. We hate because we are French. We will always be compared to Deathspell Omega, Bluetooth Not, but the music we play is totally different. Why the fuck would people compare us to Deathspell Omega? So it's pointless. I mean, the people who compare is people who have no words for talking about music, you know. When you listen to an album, you should just describe what you listen to, because the guys who play the music, they are not Deathspell Omega or Watain. They are the band you listen to. So we don't like to be compared. I really hate it. And honestly, stop doing this. It's very annoying.
Okay. Speaking about hate, what was the most annoying question in the interviews you were asked?
It's this one.
Yeah, it was this one. What's your relation with Watain or stuff like that? Yeah.
I mean, we don't do often live interview like this one, but I do a lot of interview by email. The most annoying question really is the question about the history of the band. Like, what does Merrimack mean? Can you make a biography of the band? Fuck, Google exists, just use it.
And I've noticed that on your official website there are quite a lot of activity recently, and quite a bit more on Facebook page. Did you take a little rest, or what is it?
The person who used to update our website was a very good friend of us, and she was Marianne. She was LSK, very cool girl from French black metal scene. She played in many great French bands, and she was the webmaster of the website. And in fact, she committed suicide 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And since she committed suicide, we never updated the website. That's it. So now we are using Facebook. It's much more convenient because you can inform much more people. And so nowadays, the Facebook is the only way of communication, and we don't use the website at all. So the website is dead. Don't use it.